Now that summer has finally ended, and it's finally the best time of year, I've decided to go through every single Switch game I own and pick out every single one that is great to play during the cozier, cooler months ahead of us. Starting with Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, which is a game I mainly bought because it was cheap at the time and came with many physical goodies, including a buffalo plushie, a fabric poster-like thing, and even a very thick, full-color manual. Like almost every other farming game out there, players move to Olive Town to restore their grandfather's overgrown farm, clearing land, raising animals, and growing crops. The game features extensive customization, a town that grows with the player's farm, a request system, and the ability to find and befriend a variety of characters, including 10 whole marriage candidates. I find most farming sims to be great to play around this time of year, and this one is no exception. It is as addicting as most and has everything you could ever want in a game like this. You can even get to ride a little bicycle thing and a horse to get around even quicker. The mines in this game are a ton of fun and seem to be endless at times. You can destroy all kinds of rocks and gems along with even having actual combat, which a lot of similar games don't even seem to have these days. My only complaint about this game is that it doesn't have pixel art, but this art style is decent as well. I couldn't recommend this one enough for anyone needing a good, relaxing, cozy game this fall. Fae Farm is a cozy farm simulation RPG where players cultivate a farm, explore the magical island of Azoria, and use Fae magic to restore peace. It features farming, crafting, and dungeon crawling, with the option to play solo or with up to 3 friends online. It starts out with some of the longest load times ever if you are playing on Switch. After that, we can finally create a character, which I don't like doing at all, so I will just do the random or default options like always. After that, you get a long tutorial on how to do all the basic stuff you probably already know how to do anyway, or if you have played the game already, it will apparently give the option to skip to Chapter 2, which will basically avoid the entire tutorial. This is a great feature that I greatly appreciate, and more games should do this. I hate having to go through an entire tutorial every time I start a new file on a game like this, or, not to call any names, but Pokemon. The movement and controls are some of the best I've ever experienced for a game like this. It's so smooth, it feels incredible, it even has a jumping feature, which is such an incredible addition. I hope more cozy games add a jumping button. One of my favorite things about this game is that it has little recipes that you have to physically go out and find hidden throughout the entire world of Fae Farm. I'm always happy to have to hunt for any type of collectible that adds to the game. Kraken Academy is a humorous adventure and role-playing video game. The game features a time loop mechanic where the player must use a magical amulet to manipulate time and save the world from impending doom by befriending a kraken and its students. It starts out with your mom ditching you at some random new school to meet up with a rude girl named Nadja. She is very impatient and immediately ditches me as well. Such a friendly person. Then we got to watch a hobo and a guy get into it over some phone. This game's humor is fantastic from the start and only continues getting better. I remember finishing this in just a day or two. It's a very short, palate cleansing experience and it is fantastic. I highly recommend it for anyone needing a funny, relaxing game to play this season. Potion Permit is a simulation RPG where you play as a chemist who moves to the town of Moonbury to heal its residents and gain their trust. The game involves diagnosing illnesses, gathering ingredients, and brewing potions to cure patients. Players can also build relationships with the townsfolk, explore the surrounding wilderness, and engage in real-time combat against monsters to collect materials. It starts out with the weight of the world getting thrown onto our shoulders immediately. You are being sent to a town to be the one and only chemist that is supposed to cure and fix the entire town, basically. All of the NPCs are super welcoming, so much so that the mayor even had to apologize for their wonderful behavior. This is another pretty unique one, where it isn't actually a farming simulator, but has many similarities and its own unique differences. In this case, mainly the chemistry part, which is a great addition. Forager is a 2D open-world game inspired by titles like Stardew Valley, Terraria, and even The Legend of Zelda. Players gather resources, craft items, build a base, and expand their land to solve puzzles, explore dungeons, and learn new skills. The game offers a variety of playstyles, allowing players to focus on farming, crafting, adventuring, or building. It starts you out on a tiny square of an island, where you have to chop trees, break rocks, and destroy plants until you can afford to buy more islands that will connect with your current island. You will also be able to build all kinds of things along the way, including furnaces and fish trap things. I forgot how peaceful the beginning of the game was. By the end of it, you will have an entire island to explore with dungeons and all kinds of other hectic things going on. So much so that back in the day, I don't know if they've updated it yet, but it would kind of make the game slow down a little bit because it was so crazy. There was so much going on the screen, but it was just such a fun time, even with the frames dropping down to like 5 to maybe 20 frames a second. It got pretty bad sometimes, but it's still so good up until you basically break the game, and I'm sure they've updated it since then, so it's okay. This is such a great, unique game made mainly by one person, and no one seems to ever talk about it, so give it a little praise. I mean, being developed by one person, like, they have done an incredible job. Sword of the Vagrant is a 2D side-scrolling action RPG where you play as Vivian, a sellsword searching for her father on the island of Mithrila. The game is known for its beautiful hand-painted graphics, inspired by Vanillaware titles like Dragon's Crown, or one of their more recent ones would be Unicorn Overlord, and if you have not played that, just stop the video, go buy it, and play it now, please. Unicorn Overlord is one of the best games of this generation. It is fantastic and so beautiful. However, Sword of the Vagrant features hack and slash combat, a skill tree, equipment crafting, and multiple endings. It starts out with an owl telling you some things, and then you get to immediately do some fighting. This is by far one of the most beautiful games ever. I need more Vanillaware and Vanillaware inspired art in my life immediately. This one isn't necessarily cozy like most of the others on this list, but a lot of the art and visuals and colors give me fall vibes for some reason. The Adventure Pals is a 2D platformer video game. Players control a boy named Wilton who, with his pet giraffe Sparkles and pet rock Mr. Rock, must rescue his dad from the villainous Mr. B. The game features a colorful, cartoon-like art style, a mix of platforming and RPG elements, and drop-in, drop-out co-op. It also features a very fun hub world to explore where you can find all kinds of useful coins and stickers. This game is severely underrated, and more people need to play it. You even get to destroy and save old hot dog people. How could you not want that in your life? The only complaint I have is that it's a little weird to get used to on Switch at first. Not because anything's bad, but because they use the button closest to you on the controller as the main action or accept type of button, which on Switch is the B button. It feels weird using B to do things that A should do. However, on the PS4, if you were playing this game, it would be completely correct because the cross button is the closest one to you, and that would be your action button like usual. It's just Nintendo is funny and they put their A button on the right for whatever reason, but it is what it is. Still a fantastic game. Once you get used to it, you will even forget you're playing with the B button, and yeah, it's one of the best games ever. I 100%ed it on Switch. I don't do that much at all. Just go play this game. More people need to check it out. It's so perfect. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is an action role-playing and simulation video game where players control a harvest goddess who must cultivate rice and fight demons. Its unique gameplay blends fast-paced side-scrolling combat with a detailed simulation-style rice farming mechanic, where the quality of the harvest directly impacts the protagonist's combat abilities. I found this part to be a ton of fun, and a little stressful trying to get the rice just perfect so that my stats would be better. It was such an addicting game, and I couldn't put it down until I beat it. Definitely another good cozy one for this time of year.
Going on? Whoa!
Oh, please do carry on. You need
Harvestella is a fantasy life simulation RPG where players farm crops, build relationships with townsfolk, and explore dungeons in a world threatened by a season of death, called Quietus. The game blends life simulation elements like farming and crafting with action RPG combat, and even a story-driven adventure. This one is another severely underrated game that was marketed terribly. Thanks, Square Enix. This was one of the best experiences and stories I've experienced in a very long time. This is an action RPG with a deep sci-fi story that was unfortunately marketed mainly as a farming game in a Nintendo Direct that was already full of farming games. So this one, of course, got overlooked. Most people didn't even try it out. Most people just ignored it immediately as soon as they saw that it had farming involved. But not me. I will praise this game until more people play it. The story was just incredible and sticks with you for a very long time. It was much better than I ever thought it would be. It also has that cozy farming side if you are in the mood for that, but it has so much more to do as well. There's also a lot of fall colors and whatnot, so I figured it would have to be on this list. Witchwood is a crafting adventure game where you play as a witch in a gothic fairy tale world. You explore, gather magical ingredients, brew spells, and solve puzzles to pass judgment on various characters and creatures. One of those creatures being a very bossy, rude goat. This one is by far the main reason I decided to make this video in the first place. Everything in this game just screams fall, spooky, cozy time. Especially the art style and all the warm colors they use. It's such a beautiful, fun game with great dialogue and so much to find, build, and do. So if you haven't played this yet, go do it immediately. And with that, we have 10 decent games to play during the fall time. Leave any of your suggestions you have down below. And until next time, bye.